Alright guys, have a nice day. So today my video is all about programming purchasing history page. So before I go into that part, I want to show you things I missed in my previous video. So I missed to show you that print invoice command. So when we are going to our invoice page, we can print our invoice using that above print button. We put that print invoice command for that button. So I forgot to show you that command calling in JavaScript part. So now I am showing you that we get our print invoice command to that using this function, and I need to get my invoice page body using this variable body here, and assign it to document.body.innerHTML. I want to get that body to my to print statement, because I don't need to get my header and footer for my print invoice. And now we can extract our body from our web page, and now we can get our page using this inner HTML and using this page ID. We give this page ID in our invoice page. You can see in this line, for line, I give this page ID here to my invoice.php file. And now we can give this window.print command. So when we give this window.print method, we can print our invoice and extract our page body, and now we can print using this function. So that's all. So now we are coming to our today part. So we have to talk about our purchase history programming. So we are going to our purchase history page. So I will show you that when we purchase some product, it comes to this purchase history page, and we can also give feedbacks, and it opens this module, and we can give positive or neutral or negative types of feedbacks. Now I am giving you neutral feedback, and also I type feedback content good product. So this is a neutral feedback, so we need to put this not bad like that, and now it automatically sets our email, and now we are saving our feedback here. So it hide our model, and now we can go to our database, hide SQL, and you need to go to the feedback table here, and our feedback is add to our database. Also you can go to your single product view, and what item I comment there, backlight scripts. Okay, now we are get this backlight scripts, and we are going to this line. You can see our feedback is add to in our feedback part in our single product view page. So we can program this page also, and it also note your feedback time and feedback, and show this type of feedback. I get neutral feedback, so it shows this. And we are coming to our purchasing history page. We need to program that. First of all, I want to check an user signing in my page, so I use this set function for that, and want to get user's email and user's email using session associative array, and assign it to email variable. And now I need to get user's email using invoice table, so I need to give the search query like that, and I need to make that invoice number variable. We need invoice number variable for our future programming. So I want to check if my invoice number variable equal to 0, or my purchase history has no products, so it shows you have not purchased any product yet. So this is the table part here. We have table headers like dash, order details, quantity, amount, and purchase date and time like that. And we are coming to this for loop. We need to loop our products when we are purchasing. When we purchase some product, we need to give that to purchase history and loop them one by one. So I use that for loop here, and get that invoice data variable, and assign it to result set and fetches or connection. Now I need to give that purchase history ID using this invoice data variable, and I need to give my purchased product image using this image data. I make that image data using this image search query. So I need to search product ID using image table, so I give that search query like that. And I want to get my product ID using this invoice data variable, and assign it to PID variable. I need now to get my image table code column, because I need to get my image as a code. So we can get that like that. I need to get product ID using product table and assign it to $data result set variable, and we can get fetches from our products and assign it to $product data variable, and also make that seller data variable here. I need to search sellers using this user table, and we want to get seller's email from that table, and get that value using product data variable, and make that seller data variable for our seller detail programming. So we are now getting our product title using product data variable, and we can get seller's first name and last name using this seller data variable, and I get my product price here. And also using this invoice data variable, we are getting our quantity, title, and our purchase date in our purchase history page. And we are now coming to our feedback sending process. So I give this feedback button to this command, add feedback command, and I need to pass my product ID with this command to JavaScript part, and use this onClick attribute to give this command to that button. And we have this Bootstrap model here, so we can get that model using Bootstrap. I will show you that. You can go to this Bootstrap 5 website, and you can come to this line, search docs like model, not a mod EL, so you want to put AL for that. So this is model, you want to get that, and now you can get your example model here. You can copy this code and come to this coding area and paste it, and you can customize it. So I give my feedback model ID for that, and pass product ID with that feedback model ID, and I give this add new feedback title for my model title, and there's a close button here. And now I need to give this type label, and under the type table I need to give this radio buttons. There's 3 radio buttons here, positive, neutral, and negative radio buttons. So I want to get that radio buttons using Bootstrap also. We are going to our Bootstrap, and we can search radios. So when we search on radios, we can have radios. So you need to get that default radio button, which is that code. You can copy that code and paste it on there. We have input type as a radio, and we want to give name like a type and ID like a type 1. When you put ID like a type 1, you need to put for attribute. You need to put the type 1 inside the for attribute 2. So ID and for is also really equal in this input field. So we need to give same name for those 3 input fields. So those 3 input radios, and we need to give different ID and different IDs for that inputs. You can see this. I give positive input for ID type 1 and neutral for ID type 2. So my neutral input is checked. So I need to check my neutral input, because some users can do some feedbacks without entering these 3 types. So without entering these types, if somebody feedbacks something and save feedback, it also goes to database with this type neutral like that. And now I program my user email. I get my email variable for that, and give this ID mail for that, and feedback. And we are coming feedback content. I give this ID feed for that, and I am giving this save feedback button to save feedback command. I want to pass my product ID using this command. And now we are already successfully programmed our purchasing history page. So we need to go to our JavaScript now. So we have this add feedback command here. So when we click on this feedback button, it shows our model. So we need to program that. So I give this add click function and pass my ID using this function. I made this global variable here MD. So I made that MD variable, and I want to get my model using this global variable. So there's a feed variable here I made, and I want to get feedback model, which is ID. We give this into our purchases in our purchase history page. We give this in our purchase history page, and I need to bind my ID and get my feedback model. So using that global variable MD, we can show our Bootstrap model in client side. And now we are coming to save feedback. So we also need to pass the product ID with that thing. So we program this feedback button using the add feedback command. So when we click on that, it shows our model, and we post some feedback and save feedback. When we click on that, it hide our model. So I need to program that thing. I need to give this three types of inputs: positive for one value, neutral for two value, negative for three value. So I need to check those three variables, check those three inputs using their IDs, and I need to make that type variable like a global variable. And we are making this feedback variable and assign it to our feedback content. And now we are making a AJAX requesting form and make the new form data object and append my type ID and feedback value to my AJAX requesting form, and make variable request and assign it to new XML HTTP request object, and checking our ready state, and if ready state equal to 4, it is success. It comes to this line, and it executes response text. If our response text is success or equal to one value, our model is hiding, and our data goes to our database. And also we have this else statement here. If any errors, we can show that error like alert. And I am posting my feedback to save feedback process.php file, which is my server side file. So I use this post method to send feedback to that file, and also get my AJAX form inside this send method. And now we are coming to see what's happening in our save feedback process. After I show you what is the program in save feedback process, we are going to single product view. We have some programming part in the single product view because we need to get our feedback into single product view. So we are making a new tab here. So I made that new tab and give that column 6. So, and I need to tell you, this will be a long video because we are talking about sending feedback process and viewing feedback process, and also we programmed our purchase history, and now we are going to program single product view a little bit, and we also talk about JavaScript part. So we came very long things with this video. Okay guys, and now we are coming to single product view. I made that feedback tab using this kind of area. I get column 6 space and give bg white and give this feedback span here. And now we need to give feedback rows using this. I get column 6 space and give the row border here, and border need to be dark color. It need to rounded margin end, and I need to overflow score. So now we are making feedback result set variable, and we need to get search query from this feedback table. And now we can get our feedback number variable and assign it to feedback result set, and I can check that interaction. And now we are making a for loop here because I want to loop my feedbacks one by one with one product. So we are making this for loop and give and get feedback data variable. So we need feedback data variable to get some values to feedback area. And now we make this div class column 12, and I give marginal top as 1 and marginal bottom as 2. And now we are searching our email from our user table, and I need to get user email using feedback data variable and make that user data variable. And we can get our customer's name using user data. We can get his first name and last name using user data variable. And now we can get our feedback types here. So I give this positive feedback for every products, and when we type on any feedbacks, neutral or negative feedbacks, we can have this like that. And we are getting our types value using this feedback data variable. And now we want to get our feedback data using feedback column in our database, and also get feedback time using feedback data variable. So after all, I need to show you there are also a synchronization part also in this page. So we need to make that feedback table and synchronize our database. So I'm going to my ER diagram like this. Okay, now you can see there is our generated ER diagram here. So we are making this feedback table as new. So I connect that table with my product table and user table. You can see that user table and product table is a foreign key of this table, and also make that ID as a primary key, and include that type column, feedback column, and date time column as a input fields. So I give this type column as a integer value, and feedbacks also a text value, and I want to give my date column as a date time data type. And after all, you can synchronize your database, and also you can come to these codes and get some outputs on our web page. So now we are going to last part of this video. So we are coming to the save feedback process .php file. So you can see I start my PHP scriptlet tag, and also start function here, and I require my connection class here. I need to check any user is signing in my page with this set function. If any user is signing in my page, we can execute this line. So I make this mail, type, and PID and feedback variables to get that get these values to server side using this $post associative array. And I make this mail variable using I can get user email using $session associative array. And previously we made this kind of thing, so we can make our date and time using this, and we can get new date time object and also date time zone object, and we can make this $date variable for our programming. And now this is the main query of save feedback process. So these codes are familiar for you. So we are making our feedback table. You can see that feedback table here. I want to insert my feedback table columns to data, so I give this type feedback date, product ID, and user email columns, and give these values to that column. So I don't get my feedback ID because it is auto incrementing. It's a primary key. So when we success this whole process, we are coming to this success part. So I give this success like a one value. So this execute this echo, and you can add your feedback in your database, and you are also add your feedback to your single product view. So okay guys, that's the whole thing we done. So, and now we can add some feedback for our database. Alright guys, today part is over. I'm going to wind up my video. So I will catch you guys in my next video. Take it easy.